Hey there YouTube lovers, my name is BB8 and today I am going to rank all of the Mario Party games from worst to best. What? It's only been a week since my Donkey Kong ranking and I'm already ranking all the Mario Party games? Well, it didn't take long for a request to come through within the comments of my Donkey Kong ranking from Diamond Dad Gaming, who did suggest that I rank all the Mario Party games, and that's what we're gonna do. I'm not expecting to get my F-Zero ranking out until June, with F-Zero GX being added to the GameCube Nintendo Classics collection, and I'm not expecting to do a Metroid ranking until after Metroid Prime 4 Beyond is released, so I thought, what else could I rank than the Mario Party games? So, without further ado, let's get into it, shall we? And now, for the last place ranking on the list, I feel like you already know what it is. It's not Super Mario Party, which might actually come as a surprise to a few people, considering that I have expressed a bit of dislike towards Super Mario Party in the past. But no, last place is something else entirely, and I feel like my last place spots for rankings like Donkey Kong and Animal Crossing can be predictable, and Mario Party is no different. I think this has to be not only my least favourite Mario Party game, but my least favourite Mario game in general. Say hello to my arch nemesis, the one, the only Mario Party Advance. I'm not gonna joke. This has to be my least favorite thing with the Mario name attached to— wait a minute. My least favorite Mario Party game and my least favorite Mario game developed in-house at Nintendo. But what was so bad about Mario Party Advance that I ranked it last? Well, considering it feels more like an RPG than an actual party game, the mini games were pretty forgettable, and it feels more like a Mario spin-off than an actual Mario Party game. And while it tries its hardest to be different, the result is boring, and I would easily go as far to say that this is the low of all of Mario in general. But there was one thing that wasn't bad in it, and that was the visuals. Other than that, Mario Party Advance is the worst game with the Mario name attached to it. Not counting Hotel Mario, Mario is Missing, or Mario Teaches Typing. And controversial opinion, Mario Party Advance is worse than Paper Mario Sticker Star. Number 17, Mario Party DS. Where do I even begin with Mario Party DS? Because, good lord, there's nothing to talk about. Yes, I do think there is a bit of charm in its concept, and I do think there were creative ideas with some of the minigames and stuff, but I think the reason Mario Party DS did not work for me is because of its limitations. I think the touchscreen gimmicks were more to showcase what the DS could do, while Mario Kart didn't have that problem. Do you think the board design in it was a bit generic? And while the visuals may be impressive for a DS game, I just don't recommend playing Mario Party DS at all. I recommend Mario Kart DS instead, because unlike Mario Party DS, Mario Kart DS is actually a good game. Number 16, Mario Party 10. I'm one of the rare few who did have a Wii U, so I actually did end up playing Mario Party 10. And yep, I do think it is the worst mainline Mario Party game. If you don't count the handheld installments, Mario Party 10 is the worst. I think the only reason I'd say why is because it did have potential, because I'm not saying it is completely devoid of quality, because I do think the board design was decent, the soundtrack was great, and I do think Amiibo Party was an underrated concept, especially with the boards, but I feel like the forced car mechanic the worst part of Mario Party 9 ended up coming back for Mario Party 10. And Mario Party 10 strips away the strategy as seen in other Mario Party games, meaning that it just feels a bit soulless, kind of, but not quite. I did think Bowser Party was an interesting experiment, but I just don't think the positives I have with Mario Party 10 were actually enough to save this travesty for me. Number 15, Mario Party 9. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I actually did want to play Mario Party 9 as a kid. I actually was heavily convinced from the gameplay that this was actually a fun party game. But playing it as an adult through Dolphin, do I regret playing it as an adult? Yes, obviously I regret playing this as an adult, because Mario Party 9 started the car mechanic, which was one of the worst mechanics in all of Mario Party, and actually takes and removes what made Mario Party fun in the first place. Everyone moved together actually did remove the competitiveness and freedom of other Mario Party games, which was frustrating. The mini games were actually solid. The graphics did look great for a Wii game, but the gameplay though, why? I'm not gonna lie, I regret playing this as an adult with a passion. And am I the only one to think that the box art for Mario Party 9 is actually better than the game itself? Well, yes, obviously. Number 14, Super Mario Party. As much as I have expressed dislike for this game in the past, Super Mario Party, I can give one thing, unlike the bottom 4. It still has the star system from the ones that came out on the Nintendo 64. They don't have that in the bottom 4. And I would go as far to say that Super Mario Party is one of the most uncomfortable Mario Party games you can play. Because, like, do you expect someone whose hand is as big as their face to even get comfortable playing this? Well, yeah, not really. This game is extremely uncomfortable to play. Like, especially since they did make the worst design choices by making this one Joy-Con only. No wonder why it was so uncomfortable to play, especially for victims of Joy-Con drift. This game is literally unplayable if you have bad Joy-Con drift, because it's like really hard to like navigate the map and stuff. Other than that, I do think the mini games in it were okay. The graphics in it were great. So was the soundtrack, but other than that, just play the other two Mario Party offerings on the Switch, being Jamboree and Superstars. Number 13, Mario Party 4. Without being biased towards the GameCube era of Nintendo, because I do think the GameCube is quite an underrated console, I do feel like Mario Party 4 is probably one of the weakest games to come out of the GameCube's library, and it is kind of a weird one as well, because the series did transition from the 64 to the GameCube, but I didn't think it stuck the landing with me as it should have. I did think the boards were okay, but there was barely any personality in them, like in Mario Party 3. And the minigames, apart from the ones that did return in Mario Party Superstars and Super Mario Party Jamboree, I didn't feel like they were iconic at all. I mean, there is still fun to be had out of Mario Party 4, but I do feel like it is middle of the road Mario Party game. It just doesn't stand out like other installments, and I don't think Mario Party 4 is particularly the most memorable either. Number 12, Mario Party, the top 100. I bet a lot of people are surprised that I didn't put the top 100 in the bottom 5, but there is a reason for it though. I do think the top 100 did have some features in it that I actually liked, like the minigame packs from the amiibo, but at the end of the day, I feel like the top 100 is a missed opportunity. I didn't hate the idea of a greatest hits Mario Party game with the most popular minigames, but I think the one move Nintendo did wrong was not letting the community vote for which minigames to include, because I do think the top 100 should have allowed players to vote for their favourite Mario Party minigames and the 100 most popular would actually make the cut. But at the end of the day, the top 100 does not feel like a celebration of the Mario Party franchise. But I just feel like with more effort put into it, it would have been an amazing Mario Party game. Instead, it was a missed opportunity, but it's not as bad as everyone says it is. Number 11, Mario Party 7. This game did try to spice things up with the inclusion of 8-player mode and microphone gimmicks, but I do think returning back to Mario Party 7 today, if you were to emulate it, is gonna be a bit tricky. I thought the boards were okay and the mini games were solid, but I just feel like there was a bit of lack of innovation within the game, and I think at this point it was unpredictable what these games could do. Definitely see Mario Party 7 working out on the GameCube collection for Switch 2, but honestly, I wouldn't recommend going back to emulate this one, only because it is not going to be the same emulating it as it is playing it on the original hardware. Number 10. Mario Party 5. I do think some of the mini games in here were pretty wild, but I think where Mario Party 5 does not stick the landing for me is within the board design. I do think the dream themes of Mario Party 5 were pretty cool, and the visuals were still fun, meaning there is still some good to be found here, but I just feel like it's a bit too random at times. It was an okay installment within the GameCube era of Mario Party, but I do think this one is heavily flawed. Number 9, Mario Party Star Rush. Say what you want about Star Rush, but I thought that Star Rush was an underrated installment of the Mario Party franchise. Since Star Rush was Nintendo experimenting again, but I do think it kind of worked, but there are areas that can be improved. The Toad Scramble mode was addicting, and I'm not gonna lie, if I had to bring one mode back from the 3DS era of Mario Party, it's Toad Scramble. And I do think the simultaneous turns did keep the pacing really quick, especially if you just want to play a quick game of Mario Party Star Rush. But I do feel like the lack of boards within the game does hurt the game itself. But yet again, I do think the boss design in it was actually really good, and I think the bosses are one thing I liked about Star Rush. I do think Star Rush was an underrated one, but not quite in the top tier. Definitely think it is better than the top 100, but not up there with the best of the best. Number 8, Mario Party 2. Mario Party 2 did improve a few things from the original Mario Party by improving on the original by adding costumes and better minigames. I do think it is a fan favourite for a reason, but if you think about it from a retrospective, it has aged in some of the areas. I did enjoy some of the boards, and can someone explain to me why all of them have land in their name? I don't know why. I think Mario Party 2, I get this game came out in 2000, but I do think Mario Party 2 has some of the laziest board naming in the whole franchise. Still, I do think Mario Party 2 gave the Mario Party series its identity, and definitely was a decent follow-up to the first Mario Party, but I do think it is the weakest from the 64 era. Number 7, Mario Party 6. The reason I think Mario Party 6 is the best from the GameCube era is because of the day and night cycle gimmick that was introduced into it, and I definitely think it did bring in a cool twist to some of the boards. I did think that the microphone was fun but forgettable gimmick, which was brought back from another Mario Party on GameCube. I did think some of the mini games were the best from the GameCube era, and the boards have a lot of replay value in them. And if I had to pick one board from this game to make a Mario Party Superstar sequel themed after the GameCube era, my choice would be Towering Treetop. I don't know why, but Towering Treetop as a board is so goated and probably the best in the GameCube era of Mario Party. Number 6, Mario Party Island Tour. What? Island Tour this far in the list? Really? Yep, Island Tour might surprise a lot of people that I did rank it this far in the list. But if I'm going to be brutally honest about Island Tour, this is by far one of the most underrated in the whole Mario Party series. I did think the minigames were creative, and the variety within the board design, especially with boards like Rocket Road, Kamek's Carpet Ride, and Shy Guy's Shuffle City were all interesting boards to play on, which did make things very interesting with Island Tour. I don't think Island Tour's a deep game, but it's fun, which is all that matters, considering that Star Rush and the Top 100 weren't quite there like Island Tour. The reason Island Tour worked for me was because of the board design. Number 5, Mario Party. This is the one that started it all. And while I do think it is rough in some areas, like the minigame that did end up causing skin irritation back in the day, but I still think it is a blast. I do think many of the most iconic boards in the whole franchise made their debut here, and yes, even the dud Mario's Rainbow Castle, but I still think the original Mario Party is a blast to this day. Number 4, Super Mario Party Jamboree. Going into Jamboree, I did not have high expectations at all, only because of how I felt about its predecessor, Super Mario Party. And while Jamboree did make some improvements by adding more controller options, meaning you can now play Pro Controller and handheld mode, it is still restricted, meaning that some minigames you have to use motion controls to play. And it's more of a pain in Kamek's Party Planner Trek than anything else. The board design in it is really good this time, with 2 boards, one of them I don't like, returning from a previous Mario Party game, and the showdown minigames is a good concept, but as I said in my review of Super Mario Party Jamboree, I do think quite a few of them were a bit flawed. But still, my expectations weren't high going into Jamboree, but it ended up being quite an improvement from Super Mario Party. Number 3, Mario Party 8. I know, Mario Party 8 was quite a divisive Mario Party game. But at the end of the day, I did think Mario Party 8 was an underrated one. Especially thanks to one of the most goated boards in the whole Mario Party series, Koopa's Tycoon Town. Like, the board does not play out like any other in the Mario Party series. It plays out a lot like Monopoly, and that's why I enjoy the board that much. And despite the game being controversial over here in the UK because of one quote, I definitely think Mario Party 8 was the last Mario Party game to come out before the storm hit. Number 2, Mario Party Superstars. This is what the top 100 should have been. Nostalgia done right. The board selection from past games is really good, my favourites being Horrorland and Woody Woods. The minigames being brought back not just from the 64 era, but from Mario Parties 1 to 10. I actually really did enjoy that they brought back Mario Party minigames from across the series here. And it had online play from launch. And I could say for now, Mario Party Superstars is actually respectful to older installments. And if you want to show other players what Mario Party's about, show them this. Alright, so with the ranking almost over, who could possibly be first place? Well, first place can only go to one other game. That being number 1, Mario Party 3. This is where the Nintendo 64 trilogy peaked, delivering the most complete and polished entry of the three. The board design in it is top notch, with some of the board elements being really fun to play through. The minigames are some of the best in the franchise, with a perfect mix of fun and chaos, and the addition of a story mode to the single player does add more value to Mario Party 3 than it does with others. And what makes Mario Party 3 stand out to me is the variety they've added into the mix. And also, this is where fan favourite characters like Daisy and Waluigi made their party debut. So guys, what did you think of my Mario Party ranking? And I want to hear from you. How would you rank the Mario Party games? So, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and turn your notification bell on so you don't miss another video like this one in the future. And I will see you all in a future video. BB8 out.
I